In a world where financial stress and mental health struggles seem to go hand in hand, one podcast aims to help you find solace and guidance. The FAM Podcast, navigating you through the tricky waters of personal finance and mental well-being. Our mission is to empower you with the knowledge and tools to create a healthy relationship with money while nurturing your mental health. Join host Braimoh, a debt to prosperity success story, as he dives deep into financial habits and mental well-being. Discover Braimoh's secrets of financial literacy and mental health strategies for coping with financial stress. Get ready for thought-provoking discussions, practical tips, and Braimoh's real-life stories of triumph over adversity. Let's embark on a transformative journey together that will change your relationship with money, your state of mind, and ultimately change your life. Tune into the FAM Podcast.
Most people make terrible financial decisions, not because they are not smart, not because they are lazy, but because they don't understand how the economy actually works. The truth is, your financial future is not just about how much you work, how much you save, or how well you budget. It's about how well you understand the system that controls money. Here is one thing you should understand right now. Inflation is stealing from you. Interest rates decide if you can afford a home or a loan. The government policies can either help you build wealth or keep you trapped in a financial struggle, in a cycle to keep you poor all your life. The rich study the economy, they watch the trends, understand policy, and position themselves to win. The poor, they ignore it. They stay in the same circle, working hard, getting taxed even more, spending more, and wondering why they never get ahead in life. If you don't learn how the economy works, you will always be controlled by those who do. So today, I'm breaking it all down. Why you must, one, study the economy if you want to build wealth, how inflation, interest rates, and government policies affect your money. And lastly, the simple steps you can take to protect yourself and start winning.
Welcome to the FAM Podcast, a podcast about finance and mental health, teaching you good monetary habits to increase your income and improving your relationship with money, all while helping you with your mental well-being. And now here's your host, Braimoh.
Hi, my name is Braimoh. Welcome to another episode of the FAM Podcast, where we discuss everything about personal finance and your mental well-being. If you don't understand inflation, you will always feel like your money isn't enough because it isn't. That's just the simple truth. Question for you: what is inflation? It's the silent tax that makes everything more expensive while your paycheck stays the same. You are earning the same amount while prices are going up. For example, let's say your employer is paying you £5,000 or $5,000 every month. Have you noticed that prices are going up every time? The trend, they are changing. Transportation, your gas, electricity, your food items in the shop, all the minor expenses, your internet, but your salary stays the same. So tell me, how can you meet up? How can you cope with that kind of system? You see how the system is being programmed to keep you and I, all of us, in the same spot where we are struggling, we are crying, and the rich are getting richer, and you don't even think about how or ways to study the economy. Why are we having inflation? Why are we having so much money in the system, yet you are broke? Your income is not able to meet up or match up with your outgoings, your expenses. Why? If you had, again, 1,000 in savings in 10 years ago, it was less today because prices have gone up. Your rent, groceries, and fuel are getting more expensive, but is your income keeping up? Is it going up? The rich invest in assets that grow faster than inflation. You see? The poor keep their money in the bank, losing value every year. Why is your money in the bank? Why are you keeping thousands of pounds, dollars, naira, millions in your account? What's it doing for you? Stop thinking saving alone will protect you. Learn to invest in inflation-proof assets, real estate, stocks, Commodities. Understand how government policies on interest rates and money printing impact your wallet. They are printing money, but they are money in the system, yet we are still struggling. Why? Have you ever thought about that at all? Why are we struggling when there are money in the system? Have you noticed how your money doesn't stretch as far as it used to be? If you have experienced any of this, drop a comment below. Let me know. I want to tell you right now how interest rates control your life. Did you know that interest rates control whether you can afford to buy a home, take out a loan, or start a business? Higher interest rates, your loan payments go up, making it harder to afford anything. Low interest rates, house become more affordable, but the market gets inflated. Banks, investors, and government watch interest rates closely. They do. But do you even study interest rates? The rich take loans when rates are low and invest in appreciating assets. The poor take bad loans at high rates and struggle to pay back. You are taking loan to buy things that will not yield you any profits. Why would you borrow so much amount of money to go on a holiday, vacation? Why? Before you borrow money, understand where interest rates are headed. Use debt wisely. Leverage it for investments, not consumer spending. You can borrow money to invest. That's good. Study how central banks around the world adjust rates and why it matters. Why do they go about 4.5, 4.2 or 3 every time? Just think about these things, please. Have you ever been hit with high interest rate debts? Share your experience in the comments. Someone will learn from you. So, how does government policy affect your money? Most people don't realize how much government policy shape their financial future. They don't know. The tax laws, the stimulus checks, the minimum wage changes, and regulations passed by governments directly impact your money. The rich use legal tax ways to pay less tax. The poor pay the most taxes because they don't understand how to legally reduce tax that you pay. For example, now, why do big corporations pay little or no taxes? They understand tax laws. Do you understand tax laws in your country? Why do some investors get richer during recessions? Economy is bad. People are getting richer. They're making more money. Why? Because they position themselves to profit from downturns. They are making smart moves. They study the economics. They study the trends. They know when to invest and they know when not to invest. They know how to protect their money. Pay attention to policy changes, tax laws, and new regulations. Learn how to protect your wealth legally. Stop relying on politicians. Control what you can control. Don't depend on the government to help you when it comes to wealth building or protecting your money. What's one government policy you wish you understood better that would have made you make a better financial decisions? Let me know in the comment below. So, how do we stay ahead and build wealth? In my opinion, now that you understand how the economy impacts your money, here's how you can actually protect yourself and start winning. Number one, watch the economic trends. Stay informed about inflation rates, interest rates, and tax laws. Number two, invest in wealth building assets, stocks, if you like that, real estate, which is my favorite, commodities, assets that grow faster than inflation. Reduce taxable income legally. Learn how to legally lower your tax burden through business structures, investments, and deductions. Leverage debt wisely. Use debt for investments, not consumer spending, vacation, holiday, impulsive spending. You don't need that. If you don't pay attention to the economy, you will always be at its mercy. I'm very certain you don't want that. We should start paying attention to the economy, the policies that are made by the government. This is our wake-up call. The economy controls your money, whether you like it or not. As long as you're in this system, they control everything. Now you have two choices, or we have two choices. Keep ignoring it and keep struggling. Be intentional when it comes to knowing much about economics, the trends, inflations, interest rates, and government policy. By that, you'll be able to actually start making good financial decisions in terms of savings, borrowing, investing, and even owning your own business. Because your financial future is too important to live in someone else's hands. And I said again, if you continue to ignore the economics, interest rates, inflations, government policy, you might continue to struggle financially. Nothing is wrong in trying to understand how the economy actually works. Because at the end of the day, you are going to buy a house or a home, a car, start your own business at some point, and you will need to borrow to make this happen. So how are you going to handle this if you don't know exactly how the economy works? You don't know the difference between high and low interest rates? Because these things are actually very important. They determine whether you can afford a loan or not. When you see a high interest rate and you choose to ignore it because you feel you don't understand it, there is no excuse for that. That's on you. So these are my thoughts on why we should actually pay attention to our own economies. Whether you are in UK, Australia, Canada, Europe, Nigeria, Africa, wherever you are, your economy is playing a major role on how much you can afford or how much you can borrow when it comes to loans or start your own business, interest rate, your savings, you put in your accounts. At the end of the day, you are in a position to make that decision. Don't ignore it. Because if you continue to go that way, you are in a spot they want you to be. The system is being programmed to put us in the same spot for a long time. You work for an organization for years. But what do you get? Pension of how much at the end of your service? When you become 65 years or even 70, then you'll now be depending on how much, 2,000 a month to survive. You have to really understand how this thing works. Because start planning right now. It's never too late. Let's start right now so we can continue to make better financial decisions. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to the Farm Podcast. Till next time, remember, personal finance is personal and your mental.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the FAM Podcast. We hope you learned something valuable today. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. And remember, health is wealth, and wealth is health. We'll see you next time.